everybody, it's Alicia here with Expressions by Lish. It is Thursday, June 18th, 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. If you're here, please say hello. I would love to chat with you today. Hi Lori. Yes, it is a beautiful day. That is for sure. It's been kind of gloomy around here the last couple days, but at least where I live, we got some much needed rain, because I know Paul told me this morning we had over an inch, about an inch and a quarter, I think he said. So yeah, that's cool. I'm sorry, I'm just turning my volume off on my phone here. Hi Peggy, how are you? Okay, so today is Splash and Relax Class to Go. This is probably my top 5 of the latest releases of bundles. I absolutely love this. It's so much fun. I mean, sunglasses, flip-flops, pool floaties. It's just fun. It just so reminds me of summer, and yeah. Okay, if you are here, please say hello. I'd love to chat along with you. Hi Mom, how are you? Also, if you could like and share this video, that really helps me out a lot. And also, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, that even helps me even more. So, and if you do subscribe, you will get notifications when I will be live, or when I post a video and things like that. So, all right, I'm going to switch my camera and let's get to business here. All right. So we have a Splash and Relax is the bundle that we are using today. These are the stamps that are in the bundle. And then these are all the dies. I love it when a set has standalone dies. So flip-flops, the cup with the straw, sunscreen bottle, sunglasses, a sun visor, and then these cut out the floaties. So yeah, it's really a fun set. This one definitely for me is all about the dies. So these are the cards that we will be making today. If you have any questions, just shout them out and I'll answer to the best of my ability. So this is the first card that we'll be making, and then there's this card, this one, and this one. These are the cards that we will be making today, and I will share with you how to make them and everything that will come in your kit. So Class to Go. What Class to Go is when you spend $50 in my online store, $50 or more, before tax and shipping and after rewards, you will receive these card kits to go for free as a thank you gift from me. So everything that I show that's in these kits, you will receive. You'll also receive PDF instructions that will be emailed to you, as well as you have this video to reference back to. Okay, so let's rock and roll. I don't see any questions, so let's get started. Okay, in your first kit envelope, you will receive your pre-stamping guideline sheet. This will allow you to stamp everything that you need to stamp and die cut out. Then you will receive, for card number 1, this is a crumb cake card base that will be cut and scored for you. You'll receive a piece of basic white for the inside of your card, a piece of Night of Navy that will be cut for you for a mat, then a piece of basic white for your mat stack. This will be your panel for your mat stack. And then you'll receive a piece of the Berry Burst. It's from the Brights Painted Patterns DSP for your flip-flops. A piece of Night and Navy to also cut your flip-flops. This piece of crumb cake will be cut. And then you'll receive two-tone cardstock so that we can make some water, and then a piece of Pool Party to stamp on. And then I've already die cut out my pieces. Oh, and then too, we're going to do a little splattering with crumb cake on our card base to make it kind of look like sand. And we are going to do that first, because before I have everything out and I make a huge mess. Hi Debbie, how are you? Welcome. Okay, I'm going to kind of move this stuff, and I'm going to fold my score. Well, I'm going to fold and burnish my card base, just like so. I'm going to flip it over because it's not as flat as I would like it. Okay, that's good. All right. So now what I'm going to do is, I don't know why I put this away, and I don't know why this is way over here. Okay, let's set this over here. We are going to take the dark crumb cake blend, and we're going to use the brush tip, and I'm just going to bang it, I guess you could say, on top of my bone folder to get some flecks so that it looks like sand. And then I'm going to go in the upper right corner and the lower left. If it gets other places, that's just a bonus. All right, so you just, some people take their cap of their and flick it like this, and you can. It works. I've done it, but I did find out that if you do it this way, it does not fray the tip of your blend. So we're just going to bang, 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 and we're just gonna, you're just basically making a diagonal from the right down to the left. So that's just going to be peeking out of your mat, your focal point. Okay, so we have that done. And then I do have some, well, not too bad. Okay, I was going to clean up my glass mat, but it doesn't look too bad to me. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take our basic white panel, and we're going to add some seal to that. And we're going to adhere that to our Night of Navy mat, cardstock mat. We're just making sure that we have even margins all the way around, and then we're going to flip that over and add some seal to the back of this, and then adhere this to our card front. And I'm just going in the center, just like that. Okay, then the next thing that I want to do is I am going to take this piece of Pool Party. I'm going to grab Night of Navy, and we're going to stamp the sentiment. So what is everybody up to today? I haven't really done much today besides just stuff in my craft room, and that's kind of been what I've been doing a lot lately. Is nothing, like not what I should be doing, you know, like chores and, you know, cleaning and that kind of thing. Okay, so I am going to take this right here, is going to be about right here, and I want to go below that, so I'm just using that as a guideline for my stamp. Wishing happiness floats your way. Okay, and then we are going to adhere this to our card. But I'm just deciding where everything should go, because I don't believe it goes to the bottom. Well, maybe it does. Yeah, it does. Okay, never mind. Just ignore me. Okay, so we're going to put seal on the back of this. It's been a while since I've made these cards. Okay. I'm going to line this up at the bottom. that. Then I'm going to take this strip of crumb cake. We're using this as, you know, something, a border to make this not so drastic of a change between the white and the pool party and that little line. Sometimes you would use, I mean, like ribbon, and, you know, I just decided to use a piece of crumb cake cardstock to go along with my card base to cut that apart, make it seem more uniform. And I'm just going to add some mini dimensionals to that. I'm just going to use 3. And I'm going to peel the backings off. And then I'm just going to line this up just like that. And you want to line that up with the white and the pool party. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to take the two-toned cardstock. Now we are using Coastal Cabana and Azure Afternoon. And now I am going to include enough pieces. I'm going to do 2 of each in your kits just in case. But what I did was I just used 1 of each. So it's totally up to you. It depends on how you tear your paper, okay? And with two-tone cardstock, it has a white core. It is not colored all the way through like our regular cardstock. Not doing much either, just hanging out. Yep, that seems to be about the story around here, Peggy. Okay, yes, Lori, you are on a card making mission. It won't. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to start with the light sides. It's two-tone. The darker side is your true color. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I am just going to start, and I'm just going to go in the middle. And I'm going to tear towards me. And I'm not like going straight. I'm just going whichever I think. It will never be the same twice. Trust me. Okay, so this is what I meant. So we have the light. Okay, we have the light. And then we have the dark. So you really truly only need the 1 piece. But I am going to give you 2 because like I said, you could tear funny or different or whatever. So then I'm going to take the Azure Afternoon. I'm going to do the same thing. And we're just rip. Just kind of going to mimic ocean waves or lake waves. So we have the dark and we have the light. Okay. And I think I should have probably stamped up a little bit higher on my sheet of paper, but this will work just fine. Okay, actually, I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. And we're going to start with the dark. And I want that. And I already know that I need to tear this a little bit more. So I'm just going to go back and I'm going to do a little bit more tearing. It's just kind of like one of those techniques where you just, until you feel it's good. And we're going to go a little bit more. That's why I'm going to include 2 of each. Okay. And that is going to go like that. So what I'm doing is I still want the Night of Navy matte to show, but I don't want any of the pool party to stick out of the bottom. So I'm going to grab my seal. Just going to run some seal across this. And we're just going to put this right at the bottom. And this is the dark. And it can go a little bit over your Night of Navy, but as long as you see just a little bit of it. Okay, then we're going to go with the light. And I'm just lining up to see if I need to tear anything. And I think I might tear just a little bit more. I'm kind of... It's just me. I'm never satisfied with how things are. How they look at first, you know. Okay, now we're gonna take this and we're going to do the same thing. Just going to line this up just like that. And then we're going to take this and we're going to go dark and then light. And this one seems okay to me. You could use dimensionals for this if you wanted to gradually increase the depth. We're going to go like that. Just making sure that they're even on each side. Okay, and then here is the light. And I think I'm going to tear this just a little bit more. Just like that. And if you wanted to, you could tear some of these and put it on the inside of your card. Just to decorate the inside. And then we're going to add some seal to that. Let's see. Is this in the upcoming releases? I need to see how much this costs. What is that, Lori? Not sure what you mean. Did I miss something? Let me know, Lori, what you mean. Okay. And then we're just going to put that like that. And then we're going to take our flip-flops, and I am using my flip-flop glue holder because we're using flip-flops today, right? You have to. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my Night of Navy, the little straps from my flip-flops. I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue. You could use adhesive sheets on this. And I'm just going to just figure out which one goes to which. And I think this one goes here. And I'm just going to lay that on there. And I don't go all the way to the tippy top of my flip-flop. Okay. The bundle you are using. Oh, this came out in the May online exclusives. And so far, I think it's going to stick around for a while. I know that there is a new summer, so I'm going to put the other strap on this one. There is another summer set that is coming out in the July online exclusives that is a little bit different than this one. It has washi tape that goes with it. I don't know if that's the one that you're thinking of, but this one is from the July online exclusives. I hope I answered that okay. Okay, so I'm going to grab some more dimensionals. I'm going to grab the big ones now, and I'm just going to put a big at the top of my flip-flops, and then I'm going to take a little, and we're going to go towards the bottom of it, and then we're going to peel those off, just like this. And it stuck to me. And I am just going to set these right here, and I'm going one a little bit closer than the other, you know, one further up, one further down. And then I am going to use the Dreamy Flowers to decorate my flip-flops. And I'm going to use the Berry Burst ones. And we're just going to put them right on there to give our flip-flops a little decoration. Isn't that cute? So cute. And then I'm going to use I forgot to grab these out. I should have grabbed them out ahead of time. And they're not in here. I think they're in here. They are called the Neutral, I believe, Neutral Matte Dots. Here they are. Yes, natural, not neutral. The Natural Matte Dots. And I'm going to use these blue ones. I think it's Secret Sea, but that will work. And then I am going to I'm going to start with the big one. And I'm going to put this here, And then I'm going to put a little on, one on each side. Just like that. And there you have card number 1. Honestly can't keep all this stuff straight. Yeah, tell me about it, Lori. I totally know exactly what you mean. Oh, yes, that washi tape one is what I thought this was. Nope, this is the one that came out in May. Don't worry, Lori, I have stamps and dies I love, but I've never used yet. Yeah, I totally understand, you guys. Okay, so here's card number 1. Now on to card number 2. Just going to grab that and put that here. Okay, so for card number 2, you will receive... I have a mess here today, you guys. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, so card number 2, you will receive a piece of Coastal Cabana for the card base. That will be cut and scored for you. A piece of basic white for the inside of your card. A piece of basic white, it's a little bit smaller, that will go on the front of your card. A piece of Coastal Cabana to die cut the sentiment tag. This is actually for the beach ball, but we're going to use it as a tag. Then you'll receive a piece of Lemon Lolly for flip-flops, Daffodil Delight for your flip-flops, Lemon Lime Twist for sunglasses, and then this is not big enough. You will receive, this is 1 by 1. I should have cut, it should be like 1 by 2 for the shades, the lenses of your sunglasses. And then this is from your stamping, the pre-stamping guideline. So I die cut that out ahead, and then some linen thread to add your sentiment, to tie it around your inner tube. Okay, so, but the first thing I would like to do, since I have stamped and die cut things ahead of time, I did want to show how I did the inner tubes. And that way, if you need a tip or a trick for it, I've got one for you. Okay, so let me grab my stamps. So this has 2, the inner tube has 2 stamps. It has, this one stamps the whole inner tube. So like you want to choose your lighter color for this if you want a two-tone look. And then this does your detail, so to speak. So this is for your darker color if you're doing the two-tone, and for this we're going to use Melon Mambo. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a piece of basic white and show you how I did this. Okay, and I use Bubble Bath and Melon Mambo. Let's see. And if you really love them, then you have to buy them, because if they retire or sell out, getting them is hard. Exactly, Peggy. And second, yeah, you're right, Lori. Okay, so first we're going to start with the Bubble Bath. And we're going to use the whole, okay, let me think here. I'm jumping ahead of myself. I'm trying to think which way I did this. If I did this first. If I did this first. I think I did this first, to be honest. Okay, let me see. We're going to find out together. I just did this morning, you guys. You would think that I would remember, but of course I do not. Okay, so I'm going to start with this dark one. Yes, I believe this is how I do it, because it was easier for me to line up this way. Okay. So this is considered, I would consider this your detailed stamp. So I'm just going to stamp down in my Melon Mambo. Okay, and then that gives you that. I'm going to clean this off right away because it's a darker color and it really stays on there. Okay, now I'm going to take the big, you know, the whole tube, and I'm going to ink that up in Bubble Bath. Now, if you'd like, you could stamp both in Melon Mambo, but for the whole tube you would want to stamp off first to get a lighter shade. Otherwise you're going to get all the same color, which is completely fine. But if you want a two-tone look. So what you do is, if you can see the stamp, there's like a curve to the little lines. So you know, like this, and this one is the one we just stamped. So you want to line up this right here on your white, that in between these that look kind of like flower petals. Okay, and I am just going to center this. There's a circle, you want to look for your circle, and then I am just lining it up because it's easier to see the darker color through your photopolymer stamp, your clear stamp, and then we're going to stamp down. And there you have your tube with your two colors, and it's hard to see in this, but I don't know if you can tell with the white lines are in there. Okay, so start with your dark color and then go light. It's much easier to line everything up. So I did want to show you guys that, and I'm going to close these up before I make an absolute mess, because you only make a mess with the dark color ink, right? All right, now I'm going to grab my black ink, and I am going to stamp on my little beach ball. This is the circle die from your set, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment relax and enjoy. And that can go right in the center of your circle. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Ooh, see, I've already got ink all over myself. We're going to close that up. I'm just going to grab a little white to get that off, because we're going to be using white paper next, and I don't want black on it. Okay. All right. Just going to clean my hands off, you guys. Sorry. Because the next thing we're going to do is we are going to make our base of our mat on our card front. We're going to make some water with a blending brush on there. Okay, so I'm going to grab some scrap paper, and then I don't know if you guys have seen this in the catalog. They're 12 by 12 masks. They are awesome. They are called the Water and Dotted Lines 12 by 12 decorative masks. So we're going to use the water one today. This is the water one. Isn't that cool? Look at that. That is so awesome. And this could easily, I was thinking when I was using this, like a pebble walkway, like a pebble stone walkway or a stone walkway. Okay, and this is the other one that's in here, and it's dotted lines. This one is really neat too. It's an awesome mask. Okay. So I'm going to take my smaller piece of cardstock that was in my kit, and I'm just going to kind of move some of this stuff out of the way here. And I'm going to take my piece of paper. Now if you'd like, you could tape it down so it doesn't move with some Post-it tape. That's up to you. I'm going to just, you know, this time, but you don't really need to. Okay, we have that. And I'm going to take my stencil, and I'm just going to lay it right through the center. And then now I want to go from the top left to the top right, and I'm just making like I wanted it to look like somebody tubing down the river kind of thing, so I'm just gonna make a swath down that direction, and I'm going to use Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to use, I'm going to open this up. Okay. Let's see. Okay, and I'm going to get some ink, Coastal Cabana ink on my blending brush. And then I'm going to take some of it off. And then I'm just going to start, and I'm going to hold the stencil down with my right hand. I'm left-handed, so. And I'm just going to start up here, and I'm just going to go like this. Now this can be as light or as dark or as wide as you would like it to be. I always start off light. And I'm just, wherever I think that I want the water. I'm going to get a little bit more ink without moving my, and you definitely could, you know, tape the mask down as well so that you don't get drastic lines, but okay, so I want to go a little bit darker in the center where my focal point images will be, and then just a little bit light on the edges. Okay, and there we have our little waterway. I think that is so cool. I love using the masks or stencils, whichever way you know you want to say, and blending brushes. It is so much fun. Okay, so now we have our little bit of water. I'm just going to take these and I'm going to peel these Post-it note tape. Get rid of this. I'm going to set this right here. Okay. So now we will take and we will fold and burnish our card base. And then I'm going to take that white matte and I am going to add dimensionals to it because I want it to pop up just a little bit. And we're just going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. Have any of you guys ever gone tubing down a river before? I don't know if I have. I think I might have one time, but I don't think it was like anything crazy. Like, I know a lot of people do the Apple River around here, I think is what it's called. But, and I like a lazy river and a swimming pool. That's like perfect. That's my type of tubing, in a pool somewhere. Not in the river. Okay, so we're going to put this right in the center of our card with even margins all the way around. Then I'm going to take, so I don't forget, I'm just going to grab one of the hole punch from the trio of punches that we have. And or if you have a handheld punch, that one might be easier to use, which I might go grab. We'll see if I can do it. I just want to get a little hole in the top. Yep, and that worked just fine. It's a little bit bigger than the one I use, but that's a-okay. Okay. Oh yes, it always involved adult beverages. Oh gosh, yeah, for sure. That's probably why I can't remember if I've done it before. All right. So we're going to take our Melon Mambo tube and add some dimensionals. And I'm just going to kind of go around. Around and around and around we go. Okay. Then, and I'm just going to eyeball this. I'm kind of going in the center-ish. Like that. Then I'm going to take my Relax and Enjoy and I'm going to take some linen thread. Oh, you know what I should have done before I did this, you guys? Oh well. I'm going to thread this through here, which I totally forgot about, but I think this will work if I use the dental flosser technique. I don't know if you guys have ever used one of these before. It's just those dental flossers, like if you have braces or a bridge, this is all it is. It's a little threader. It's hard to see, but that works great. I keep this right here next to my Post-it tape because I am notorious for forgetting to do stuff, you know, thread it when I should have. Okay, now we're going to take this and we are going to attach this to our tag. And I was kind of going for, you know how when you go tubing and you tie yourselves together? That's kind of what I was going for with this. Okay, so I'm just going to tie this. Now I am going to include 2 pieces of linen thread because I don't know, I'm going to try to attempt to tie this in a bow. Or you could knot it and then just add a bow with a glue dot, but I think I can do this. Yep. Okay. So I'm just going to take my bow, I'm just going to pulling the ends so that it's not so big because I don't want it to like take away from everything else on the card, like all you see is the bow. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull it down just a little. I'm going to grab some scissors here and trim my ends off. And then I am going to add just a little bit of liquid glue to the bottom of my tag. Just like this. Not a lot, just a little. Famous last words, right? Because, oops. My glue's not cooperating. Nothing seems to cooperate with me lately. Alright, we're going to go glue dot. I need to find my safety pin and unclog my glue. Okay, so glue dot if all else fails, right? And I just want to pull this down and there. So now we have that stuck on there. Now I'm going to have to unclog my glue because now I want to put my flip-flops together and my sunglasses together. Let's see, let's grab, I have a little stick pin that I try not to stick yourself, that I keep here. Alright, here we go. And like I said, you definitely could use adhesive sheets on these small little parts. Just going to line this up. I just love these flip-flops. I love the detail in the die cut with the little lines. So, so cute. I know I would like to make a card with like all flip-flops on it. Wouldn't that be cute? Like a line of flip-flops. Alright, I'm going to put that on there. Then we are going to add some glue to our, now I'm using that Lunar Luster paper. Boy, what is the deal with my glue today, huh? This is happening. I mean, I have my detailed one, but that one is clogged because I haven't used it for a while. Okay, let's give this a go. You know what's going to happen is it's just going to come squirting out at me, and then I'm going to have an absolute mess. That's what I'm trying to avoid because this just happened to me the other day. I was messing with it and it went. I ended up probably losing a half a bottle of glue, I swear. Oh boy. Okay. We're going to put some on our Lunar Luster paper. I love that name. And it's good to use liquid glue because then you can kind of wiggle it around so that it's straight. And we're going to add some on this side. You know, I think it's so funny because I get the glue everywhere except for where it is supposed to go, right? Isn't that kind of how it goes? Kind of like when I'm baking. I'm always amazed at people when they bake that they don't get dirty. When I bake, I am flour from like here to my kneecaps. I don't tell you, I am just an absolute mess. Okay, so we're going to flip these both over. And we are going to add, I like to use the bigger ones towards the top of the flip-flops. That's totally your guys' call. And then I like to put the minis towards the bottom. I am definitely covered in glue, you guys. And then I'm going to use littles on the glasses, but only, and I just put it on the one I wasn't going to put it on. You want to put it on the left lens because we're going to layer it over our inner tube. Okay. So I'm going to take my glue again. I'm going to add some to this side. Yeah, see, I told you it was going to start glumping out on me. And we are going to go like this. And then we have this one. And then I'm going to peel the backings off of our flip-flops. I definitely am going to need to wash my hands off soon with a little alcohol or something. Then I'm just going to place my flip-flops just like that. Okay, then we are going to use the very pretty, I love these, the shimmering dots, and I'm going to use the Coastal Cabana color. They're just so pretty. I just love them. They got that little bit of shimmer sparkle in them. Then I'm going to put one here and then a little one over here. I'm just making a triangle, and then I'm going to put a big one there. And there we have card number 2. What do you guys think of this one? I love the colors in this one. And I love the this water. I think that looks so cool. Now, I have seen people, like before you obviously would add your embellishments, but you could do it now. You could do your Wink of Stella the same way I did the crumb cake with my blend and just kind of splatter a little bit of Wink of Stella around, and that way it gives your water a little bit of a shimmer. Thanks, Peggy. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of clean my mess up a little bit here because otherwise I'm gonna start losing stuff. I'm just gonna set this stuff aside so we can move on to card number 3. Now, I'm the type of person where when I'm making a card, it's always my favorite. And I don't know, I have to say I think this one is my favorite. And I think it's because of the beach towel. I don't know. I love them all. Like I said, I'm the type of person that the one I'm working on is my favorite. Always. It's like, oh, I love it. And then I make another card and it's like, oh, I love that one. Okay, I have been using green glue this week when needed. I don't think I will ever be a fan. Oh, thanks, Lori. You know, I'm a seal girl through and through because it's not messy. But I have to say, sometimes the green glue is my favorite because there's just certain things that just, you have to have it. So, okay, I think I'm less sticky now. But yeah, I'm definitely a seal girl. Always have been. Okay, card number 3. So in your card kit, you will receive a piece of thick basic white for your card base. This is a piece of DSP from the Everyday Essentials Mix and Match 12 by 12 DSP. And then this is the other side of it. And that, oh, it's so cute. I love that check. But this look reminded me of a beach. You'll also receive a piece of Real Red Brights. It's from the, or no, not Brights. It's Real Red. It's from the Regal Painted Patterns 12 by 12 DSP. This is the other side if you prefer this for your side of your beach towel. This is the Artisan Sketched Garden DSP for our flip-flops. A piece of Real Red and White Baker's Twine will be in your kit. A piece of Coastal Cabana for your suntan lotion. A piece of Daffodil Delight to die cut your suntan lotion bottle cap and your handles for your inner tube. A piece of Real Red cardstock for this part, the straps on your flip-flops. You'll receive a piece of Basic Black to die cut your sunglasses and a piece of Lunar Luster paper, but like I said before, it will be much bigger than this. I don't know what I was thinking when I thought 1 by 1 would be big enough. And you will receive, yeah, the rest of this is from, oh, and 2 pieces of basic white, these strips. Now these are supposed to be in your kit. It wasn't me just throwing my scraps away. This will go on your towel as like your the border on your towel. And then these are from your image, what you stamped on your pre-stamping guideline. I just die cut stamped and die cut ahead of time. And I also die cut these out too. Okay, first things first is we are going to fold and burnish our card base. And I just had to bring in, I knew you meant green glue, Lori. Yeah, I figured when I saw free, I'm like, I bet you it was green, and her, whatever you're using, your phone, your tablet, it did its own thing. Okay. I brought in real red because red and pink are my favorite colors, and I just had to have black and white flip-flops with red on them. And so I had to have a beach towel that had red too, right? Right. Okay, we're going to take our piece of DSP, and now this will be the full size of your card base. And there is a splatter on this. Some of it will be different. There are sections of this paper that don't have the splatter. So if you would get a piece of that from me, I try really hard to give it to you with the splatter. You can make the splatter with crumb cake or pecan pie as well. Okay, so my trick for when I'm putting on a full-size piece of paper or DSP on the front of my card base is I start at the bottom and I line it up to where I don't see the card base anymore, and as you can see, I'm kind of bending it, and then I just take my fingers like this and it just falls down. I use the bottom, these fingers as my guide, and then I just let it fall down, and then that way you get an even, at least this is the way I do it. I know some people stand it up, but this way seems to really work for me. Okay, so now I'm going to take my DSP and I am going to make a fringe. Now, I don't have fringe scissors. If you have fringe scissors, you definitely could use them, but I'm just going to make tiny little cuts. It does not have to be perfect, and I am just going like this. It's probably like 1/4 of an inch up, and I'm just making little cuts, trying to stay in that 1/4 inch, but it doesn't matter because we have our little border that we put on. You can make your fringes as big or as little as you'd like. I just really thought this added something to it when I first was designing this card, because I first just had it and I laid it down. I was like, oh, it's just missing something. And I know beach towels don't have fringes on them always, but for our card and for crafting art purposes, we need a fringe, right? Okay, and I'm just going to turn it around, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Make them little cuts. I'm trying to think the last time I did this, I want to say it was with a Fiesta set we had. And I was making like little banners or something with a fringe on it, maybe. It's been a while. Like I said, and I told myself, I'm like, I should get a fringe scissors, but it's something that I don't do often. And normally that doesn't matter. I can justify any type of crafting purchase, but I just never did the fringe scissors. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to concentrate and not cut my finger that's underneath here. It's kind of like one of those things where I can't, you know, chew gum and walk at the same time. Kind of thing. Taco Fiesta. Yes, Lori. That's the one. Alright. Okay, so now we have our fringes. And then what I did was I just took my fingers and I want to separate them and kind of fray them out. You could try to use your bone folder, but I think just using your fingers works pretty well. And then you can tell if you missed a spot that maybe you want to make whatever, smaller, bigger. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to take a bead of liquid glue, yes, liquid glue, and I'm going to just run it like this across my paper, and then I'm going to take my strip and I'm going to lay it across because I'm going to trim it after I glue it on. I'm going to do the same thing over here, adding a little bit of glue and then our little border here. Okay, and then I'm going to take my snips and I'm just going to flip this over and I'm just going to trim it off. Just like that. It's just easier, I thought, to place the bigger piece on and trim it off later instead of having to try to futz with a little tiny piece that's already small enough. And there we have our beach blanket. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to put some seal on it, trying not to get seal where the fringe is. And I'm just going to place this right in the center of my card at an angle. And then I'm going to take my finger and I just want to make sure that I didn't get any glue on there, and I didn't. Okay. Now I'm going to take, and I'm going to pull out, since I've already gotten glue all over, I think I'm going to pull out, I should have pulled this out sooner, so my silicone craft mat. And I am going to add my little handles on my inner tube. And I don't know what the new way of saying it is, if it's supposed to be a pool floaty or what it is, but in my head, it is an inner tube. It's a tube. I mean, I remember when they were just all black. And I mean, I'm not that old, but I'm old enough. Okay, I'm going to use my little tweezers, and I am just going to put a handle here. I don't think we ever had well, there's handles on the ones like that you go behind us, you know, like a speedboat with. And then I'm just going to go on the opposite side here. Now I've done that, inner tubing behind a speedboat. That is fun. Oh, I love doing that. That is so much fun. Okay, so we have that. Then I'm just going to glue my stuff together now, since I have this out. And I'm just going to glue all my parts and pieces here. All right. Maybe. I just love these polka dot flip-flops so much. They're just too cute. Okay. What am I missing? I'm missing something. Oh, here it is. My cap for my suntan lotion or tanning oil. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue at the bottom. I'm going to line that right up on the cap. And when this die cuts out, the cap does have a little line on it, so you know I go just above that little line. I'm going to take if I use my tools, then I don't get so much glue on me. I have to learn to use my tools. I just get so darn excited that I just wanna do it. I just use my fingers and then I get all sticky and then I get upset that I'm all sticky. Okay. Now we're gonna put our other lens on here. If you have it, use it, right? Right. Okay. And we're just gonna go like that. All right. Yesterday, I was making a Halloween card. And today, I'm making cards with flip-flops on it. I think that's so funny. Oh, God. Gotta love it. But, oh, I saw a really cute card that another demonstrator had made. It was a fun fold card. And I just had to figure out how she made it. And so I figured it out, and I made one yesterday. And I'll have to show you guys at the end. It really turned out cute. Okay, so now we have our red straps. I think we have all our piddly little gluing done. Okay. And of course, I did not... I'm going to lift this one handle up, you guys. I know. I know. Okay, because I want to loop my baker's twine under it. And I can tie it later, but I forgot to put that under. So before you do your baker's twine, or your handle, loop your baker's twine through it. Okay. Well, since I have this on here, I might as well finish, right? I just did this, and I just made a couple knots and looped it. Everything, look at, everything is sticking to me, you guys. All right. Okay, so I'm going to make a loop. Not going to make the knot all the way to the end. I'm just going to make a little loop, a loop-de-loop. Just like that. And then I'm going to make another knot. Well, another, I didn't make a knot yet. Just, now I'm going to make the knot. Like that. And then I'm going to make another one. Not exactly next to it, but not too far away either. About right there, I think. And then like this. Okay, I'm just going to pick it up. And then that way I can mess with my knot with my fingers and tighten them. There. And then I'm going to trim the ends off of this because we don't need them to be that long. Okay, now I'm going to flip this over and put dimensionals on it. Just like that. And we're going to peel these off. And I want my rope to be at the top. I want it to go like this. And we're going to put it part in the sand, part on the towel. Okay, then I'm going to take my beach ball. You know, I don't use Azure Afternoon as much as I should. I've been using it a lot more lately, and you know, it really is a pretty color. Not quite sure why I don't use it more often. Now, I did put a dimensional on the back of my beach ball. I am going to slip it just underneath my tube. Then I'm going to take my sunglasses and we are going to put minis on this. And I'm going to peel that off. So in these cards, it's more die cutting, I would say, than stamping. There's not a lot of stamping. I mean, you stamp the inner tubes and stuff, but it's mostly, I would say, a majority is die cutting. Okay, and then we're going to add some minis onto our suntan lotion bottle. And that one I just want to slide sort of under my sunglasses. And then I'm going to take my flip-flops, I'll turn them over, and put some bigs and some littles on my flippies. You guys wear flip-flops? I love my flip-flops. Love, love, love them. Okay, so now, and make sure you got the left and the right in the right spot. Ask me how I know that. Oh, yeah, Lori saw my card last night. Okay, let's see. I just kind of want them like, you just kind of flipped them off when you're going to lay on your towel. Let's go like the heels are kind of together. Then I'm going to take some of those, more of those dreamy flowers, and I'm going to use the white ones. Isn't that cute? I just think that is so cute. It's the little things, right, that make me so happy. That makes me happy. Then I took the rhinestone basic jewels, and I took the smallest one, and I'm going to put them on my sunglasses for some little sparkle on my edge of my sunglasses, because I mean, why not, right? Okay, then this I stamped and cut off of my pre-stamping guideline, and I am going to angle cut this. I'm trying really hard to be better at this because I love it, but I'm just never thought I was very good at it. So I am going to angle cut on the right first. Okay, then I'm keeping this in my hands, the piece I cut off, and I'm placing it on the left side and using that as a guide to cut my other side. I think that's right. No, I want to flip it over. Right? No, I had it right. There I go, second guessing myself again. And then we're going to use that as our guide. And we're going to cut this way. Yep. Okay. So then you get your angle cut. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to put some minis on this. But I'm going to put the minis, okay, because I want it to go in the tube. So I'm going to put it as far to the edge as I possibly can. And then I'm going to go one here and one here on the edges. I'm not putting any here because that's going to go over our tube. And then I'm just going to go like that. And you can feel it because you placed it in here. If you pull it, it will stop because of your, oh, except for I got to go a little bit further or it's going to hang off the edge of my card. Okay. It's your day to make a splash. And there is card number 3. What do you guys think of this one? Like the flip-flops, but don't like the between the toes. Oh, yeah. My mom's like that. She's like, I don't know how you can wear those with that between your toes. I absolutely love them. All right. Card number 4. So what do you guys think so far of these cards? I really, truly love them. I mean, I know I shouldn't say that because I made them and you'll think I'm being boastful, but I don't know. I just had so much fun with these cards, you guys. It made my heart happy. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. And let's see, we're at 3:05, huh? I tried really hard to be on time today. Okay, in your card kit, you'll receive a piece of crumb cake that's cut and scored for you for your card base. A piece of basic white for the inside of your card. A piece of crumb cake 2-tone cardstock for our sand that we'll be tearing. This is a piece of DSP from the Beach Boardwalk DSP. Then there's a lot of little die cuts in this one too. I think that's why I liked it so well. You'll receive a piece of Granny Apple Green painted patterns, the brights for your flip-flops, a piece of Granny Apple Green for the straps, a piece of Lemon Lime Twist for your cup, and also you'll use this for the top of your cup. You'll receive, this is from the Nested Essential dies. This is a banner, and I did I did crop this and made it shorter. For our sentiment, 2 inner tubes from the pre-stamping guideline. These are stamped in Petal Pink and Crisp Cantaloupe. And you'll receive this piece of Petal Pink. This is for your handles and your suntan lotion. A piece of Daffodil Delight for your sun visor, a piece of Lemon Lolly for your sun visor, and your cap on your sunscreen. And I think I covered everything. Yeah. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to fold and burnish our card base. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm not sure if I can do anything about this right now. Maybe not. Yeah, it won't let me. So ignore the spam on there. If you guys can see it, I'm not able, I'm not signed in for chatting right now. All right, first things first, we are going to take our piece of DSP, our Beach Boardwalk DSP. I'm going to add some seal to this. Now we are going to stamp on this, but it's nothing major. If you want to stamp it before you put it on your card base, you sure can. Okay, I'm going to put that there. Then I'm going to take this, and now I did splatter this one like I splattered the first card with my dark crumb cake, and I just splattered it. And then that way it kind of looks like sand. I think anyway. Looks a little bit like sand. And now remember, I was using the dark. It is going to lighten up a little bit as it sits and soaks into the paper. We are going to tear this at the top. And like I said, I start here and I go down towards me so that you can see the white core of the paper. And there's no rhyme or reason, whichever you would like. I'm going to flip this over, and I am going to add seal. And we're going to put this at the bottom. This is our beach. Okay. Now, oh, I see I splattered my pieces here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tubes and I'm just going to place them right here. Okay. In the stamp set is a stamp that makes a shadow for your inner tube. Okay. I'm going to use Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to ink. It looks like a half of a moon or a half of a circle. Took me forever to figure out what this was for, you guys. I had no idea what this was for. Okay, so I'm going to ink that up. And now I want the shadow to be on this side of my inner tube. So I'm moving this away and I'm going like that. And then see, that makes a little shadow for your tube. And now you could use Pool Party, and I'm wondering if I used Balmy Blue. I might have used Balmy Blue. So I think for this one, I'm just going to be like I stamped off. And now this one, I want to go this way. I'm just going to pull this out of the way. And there's the shadow for that one. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, I think in my instructions, I'm going to put down Balmy Blue instead of Coastal Cabana, because I have Coastal Cabana in my instructions. All right. Now we are going to stamp with Basic Black. We are going to stamp, or Tuxedo Black. We are going to stamp the sentiment Fun in the Sun on our little banner that will be in your kit already cut and cropped for you. Okay, we have our stamping done. Peggy, can you just write a little hi on here so I know you're still here? Okay, so I'm going to, can you see, I used the back of a piece of paper. I didn't realize that I had stamped on it. I tell you. Oh, geez. Or Lori, if you're still here. Okay, so I am going to add some glue. I'm going to bring in my silicone craft mat again. It just went so much easier. Okay, and you have four. You want to cut twice, these handles, because you have two tubes. And now you don't even really have to put the handles on if you don't want. But I just thought it was kind of cute. And then what I did to give it that darker color, you could use two-tone cardstock, but I just used the Crisp Cantaloupe shimmering brush. Okay, so I'm going to go here and here. Okay. Let's see. If anybody is there, could you say hello? I'm going to put handles here and here. I might have to go and check and see what's going on. Okay. Give me 1 second, you guys, if you're watching. I'm going to check and see what's going on here because I had somebody chatting and then I clicked on something and I'm wondering if I lost my connection with you guys. I am just going to check real quick, okay? Just give me couple seconds here. We're almost done with our fourth card. If you can just bear with me for a second, I want to make sure that everything is still okay. So you might hear some echoing in a minute because I'll probably be getting the volume from my computer from YouTube because I'm using different software when I film a video so that I can show the, I have the two, I can face down on my camera without having to flip a camera. So I have a different camera that I use. I use my computer and a different camera and then some software. And we'll see how this is going. It says I'm still live, so that's good. That's good. But I just want to take a peek. I hope that's all right with you guys. I just want to make sure that everything's okay. And everything is good. I'm just waiting for everything to load. And I do see everything live, so that's good. Okay, good. All right. I don't see the chat, but I do see that I am still live. So that's good. Okay, then I'm going to close this, you guys. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Oh, thank you, Lori. I was trying to do that. I know there is a way to do that. But I didn't know, and I was afraid that I clicked on it, and yeah. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I just needed to go and check to make sure that I didn't lose you guys. And yeah, I can't see on this software, I can't see who's watching. Like you can if I'm actually in YouTube, I can see how many people are watching, but on my software I can't. So thank you for your understanding. All right. Okay. And yes, no, I did not see you guys. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what did that troll do? Okay. So I'm just put on my handles of my inner tube. I'm adding dimensionals. And that's my first time I've had somebody do that. So, okay. So I'm just going to take this and we're lining it up with that little water shadow. And once you put that dimensionals on there, it really looks cool. Okay, we're going to go like that right here. Okay, and now we're going to put together, oh, you know what? I never thought of this. Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, let's put some dimensionals on the back of this. And we're going to put our sentiment and we're going to line that up with our DSP. And now I wonder if I can't move this a little bit. Okay, I'm going to just move this just a hair. And I'm going to put it over the top of it. Like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to put my suntan lotion bottle together. I'm going to put my cup together. Just put a little bit of glue on the back. And then our sun visor. I'm going to add the glue to the lemon lolly piece. Just like this. And I'm going to line that up. You start at the top of your Daffodil Delight piece. And then you want this to be sticking out at the bottom. Then I'm going to take my flip-flop straps. Add those. Just scooch it down just a hair. And then I'm going to put some liquid glue on this one. And then for my sun visor, I did use my Daffodil Delight colored pencil. And I went in these lines that die cut, like here and here, just to give it a little bit more of a dimension. I just went with my Daffodil Delight and went over those lines with my colored pencil. Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna put my drink with some, I was gonna say with some flip-flops. How about with some dimensionals? And we are gonna put this at the bottom, kind of kitty wampus. And then we're gonna take our suntan lotion or whatever, tanning oil. I'm gonna put a couple minis on there. I'm gonna flip this over, and we're just gonna kind of put it like so. Then we're gonna flip our flip-flops. We're gonna flip them. Okay, bigs and littles. And now you definitely could just use littles. Don't ask me why I do what I do. I'm crazy that way. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of go like this. And then we're gonna go a little bit lower on the right. Maybe even a little bit lower. Okay. Because we're covering this up with our sun visor. And then I'm just gonna go, I'm changing my mind. I want it higher. Okay, and he's gonna go like that with some glue. Because our flips are already popped up. And there I'm just kind of angling it. And then I am adding the Suncoast, I think that's what they're called. The sun, it goes to the Suncoast Suite. They're like sequins. Yes, here they are. The Sunset Sparkle Sequence. I'm going to use these for embellishments because I wanted the water to shimmer. Okay, so I am going to take, and I'm just going to kind of put them around on the card. Start with big, go little, and then I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put a big over here, and I'm going to put a little over here. And then I took my Crisp Cantaloupe shimmer pen, which these are awesome. I hope that Stampin' Up! Comes out with more colors of these, you guys, because they are just so cool. And then I just went over my petal pink handles like that. So if you don't have two-tone paper, you can easily just darken it. If you wanted, you could use Calypso Coral blends or Calypso Coral paper. I just like the look of this. And then what I did was I went in the center of my bottle like it was for the label, just to add a little detail. And that is card number 4. What do you guys think? Let's pull all these out. What we made today. So fun. There's our first card, our second card, and our third, and our fourth. So there's our today's Splash and Relax class to go. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you all for joining me. I truly appreciate it. I'm going to flip the camera here. Debbie, you love them all? Oh, good. Cool. I'm glad. I had a lot of fun today, you guys. Thank you for bearing with me with the troll on the chat, because I really truly thought he got rid of all you guys. Oh, thanks, Lori. Okay, so next week's class to go is next Thursday at 2 p.m. and we are going to be doing the blooms, the Bloom Boutique, the Boutique Blossoms. But I did say I was going to show that Halloween card. I'm going to show it. Okay, get ready. Okay. Oops, I got to flip my camera. Okay, here it is. This is called a double gatefold card. Oh my gosh, this is with the new stuff coming out in July, you guys. So cute. And then you open it. Ta-da! Look at that paper. Oh my gosh, you guys, that 6x6 DSP with the big faces on it is just too cute. And then I added Trick or Treat like a flag. I put some Highland Heather in the basic black. And then these are the new embellishments. These little ghosts. And then they have little bats. They're so cute. And then there's like black circles and white circles. And this is a double gatefold card. Yeah, and this is the one of the Oh Fright, I think it might be called. And then the black ribbon. This tag comes with the dies. Boo to You. Isn't that cute? I had so much fun making that. So, okay, next week, Boutique Blossoms class to go. Oh, yes, Debbie, or Peggy, I know you love. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm very happy to be stuck with you guys. Very, very happy. All right, we'll see you guys later. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye for now.